All right, a little bit of bad news. We're only one day into the adventure and Danny's car's got some problems. We're suffering with a little bit of whining coming from the transfer case, the diff, we're not sure. Now we've got the experts on board, and that's the fantastic thing about travelling with so many well-trained, experienced four-wheel drivers. We've got experts here who can help out. Now we've done some testing this morning. We've located it down to the rear diff, probably a problem with the drive shaft being slightly too long.
That should just fall off. It's supposed to hit us in the head by now. That's like all the way up. I know, that's probably what's half the problem. It could have like loaded up the bearing. It's probably loaded up the pinion. Anyway, we'll find out in a minute. Gotcha. I reckon our theory is when this shaft's been made up, it's too long. We've made it too long, because what's supposed to happen, that's supposed to slide. Yeah. See that like that? Yep. That's supposed to be a shitload shorter. It should have like 25, 30 mil there. Well, it should have, yeah, minimum. 20 mil at least.
Now it's important when you're travelling out in these areas that you carry a tool set that has a socket big enough to do the pinion nuts, the bearings, etc. on these vehicles, and we do have that.
So I reckon if we can shorten up the shaft so it doesn't crash, stick it back in, that's it, that's all we can do.
Now I've also got one of the guys travelling with us is carrying some fantastic power tools, and we've actually got an angle grinder, and we're going to look at cutting down part of the drive shaft, adjusting the splines, so we can get a little bit of extra travel. Now it is definitely a bush fix. We need to get this fixed properly, but it will certainly get us back on the road and keep us wheeling.
All right, let's chuck a couple of bolts in it. We're feeling slightly confident. There's a definite possibility of a maybe this will be all right. Yes. Let's do it now. Fingers crossed. Oh.
Today we're looking forward to spending some time looking around at the ruins. Really enjoying being back with the boys from your 4x4 again. And looking forward to a couple of weeks of fantastic trip through the Simpson Desert.
They're sensational. The fact that 300 people used to live here, it's just amazing. It's an amazing place. It's one of, I suppose, few places you can still come to where you can see where pioneers of our country sort of started and how hard they lived.
I just can't believe that they have that sort of amount of people living here at the one time in such a desolate and harsh environment. It just makes it realise how hardy they were back in those days.
G'day, I'm Stuart from Holtz Automatics. Pretty fascinating place. One of those places that you wouldn't normally go to unless you had a map that showed it. Certainly worth visiting. Fascinating old place where once was a thriving metropolis till the train line came through, and that pretty much spelled the end of it.
You will. See you in a couple of days. Absolutely. See you guys.
Okay, look left and right.
Well, it's a very easy run from Berrima to Maree. Really surprising how many little stops there are along the way. There's certainly so far been no problems with fuel, food and rest spots. Now the bad news is that we've lost Danny along the way. Unfortunately that diff problem was worse than we expected, and the best plan was to send Danny home, hopefully get that fixed, and we're planning, fingers crossed, that Danny's going to catch up with us at Birdsville. Well, from here, we're heading towards William Creek. We're just stopping for a short lunch break, and Maree is a great place for that. You've got food, fuel, and plenty to see.
G'day! Guys, this is the Commonwealth Railway's GAN railway engine. It's a diesel electric, a dirty great big 6-cylinder air cooled. It's absolutely massive. 500 odd amps it produces at the generator. We've just found the plaque off it. Not a circuit board, not a transistor, not a diode in sight. It's all done mechanically. It's fantastic. This thing was probably running up to probably the 1960s, I'd imagine. And here it is, a piece of technology from the past, still intact and all in one piece, and it's not even vandalised.
Okay, you're going to take us for a trip? Okay, pull the lever. Switch.
Go, John.
That's it. Turn the knobs. Oh, what about these ones? Look here, look. You can turn those ones.
Yeah. There's the master switch on and off. Turn it on.
Hi, I'm Matt Frost from ARB. Well folks, that's the end of the bitumen. We've driven up this morning from Berrima station and here we are in Maree. Now this is a pretty famous town. It's the starting point for two very well-known tracks into the outback. We've got the Birdsville track heading this way and we're right here at the start of the Unadata track, which is where we're going this afternoon.
Next up, it's the Ask an Expert segment.